Hello, True Destiny. We are going to talk to you a little bit about your consultant guide that just came in, your kit. So if you've gone through some of the other videos, some of this might be a little bit of a repeat, but we just want to make sure that everybody is up to date. So this here happens to be the new consultant getting started guide. So you got in your kit. I'm sure some of you have probably gone through it, but just wanting to kind of reiterate some of this to you and just kind of go through some of the contents of your kit here, you know, about the products to demonstrate that come in your kit. So we just want to make sure that you had the chance to go through it. The other thing is, you know, getting everything all set up with your website and all that. There's more videos. Thinking big, and kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about your 0 to 1 contact list that we had suggested you start to do. When you start to put that contact list together, you're doing what we call creating a customer base. And just know that, you know, creating a customer base is going to help put you on the right track to start to work this, what they call the one-to-one success, you know, formula. So this here, the one-to-one success formula is to hold 1 party a week, date 2 parties from the party, and then to identify 1 potential new consultant from the party. That's kind of the goal for all the new consultants, you know, when you come in, is to try to get that figured out. Once you can start to date parties from your party, I promise you, you get it. You'll get to the point where you'll start to have to welcome people to your team, because you're going to have more parties than what you can hold, which is a fantastic thing. So this here happens to be a little brief, you know, description about the breakdown of how you can start to figure out your income. So just remember that with Tupperware, the sky's the limit as far as the amount of money that you want to make. It's just up to you as far as how much time you want to invest, basically. So this here is to start small and to start to track your progress. So it talks about your calendar. You know, I do another video where we're talking a little bit about the calendar, but this here just kind of gives you what you should be working on in your first 30 days. So once you get there, you're going to start, you know, to go through creating some recipes. If you haven't already started to play with some of the recipes and play with your products, definitely encourage that you start to do that, because once you start to learn and love the product, I promise you everything else will start to fall into place. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what we call FRANK. FRANK is actually an acronym that stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, friends, and parents. So this here is something that we want you to start, and this can kind of go hand in hand, you know, with your 100 contact list to start to create your customer base. And once you start to do that, just know that your customer base is where you can start to do your service calls. Service calls, you know, for those of us that have been doing this a while, it comes naturally. For those of you that are new, if you need some help with word choices, if you need some help just kind of partnering together with a buddy to make some phone calls, just know that myself, you know, your director, your recruiter, manager, whoever, you have kind of a support system in the business, which is fantastic. So we're here to help. But once you start to get into good habits of doing service calls, I promise you, you'll start to build a customer base that's strong and loyal. And that's the one thing that you know, need to understand as a new consultant getting started. You know, as customers and hostesses, they can choose to, you know, hold parties with whoever they want. They can choose to buy with whoever they want. You know, but the key objective is to make you their Tupperware person. So once you're starting to create your base, just know that this is kind of a good place to start. This is where we also encourage, you know, our hosts to kind of start when they're putting their guest list together. So you can kind of expand on this to work towards your 100th list. The other thing that we suggest that you use is what we call a survey. Now, I know it's probably kind of a little hard to see, but these are actually a copy of the surveys are posted to the True Destiny Facebook page under the files. There is a survey sheet there, but the surveys, I do talk about them in another video, that the importance of them is to actually get information to be able to follow up and provide service to your customers based on their needs. So the other thing you can actually utilize too is even something as simple as your order forms, because again, it's gathering information for you to be able to be of service to your customers. So speaking of picking up the phone, we actually in every video you're going to be entered into a drawing when you text me the secret code. So you're going to want to text to my phone number, which is 815-343-3744. You're going to want to text pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. I know it's kind of a foreign concept in today's world, but I promise you, if you learn to fall in love with the phone, it will make you money, and you will be able to help service your customers and your hostesses, and that will create loyalty. And they will always and forever consider you their Tupperware lady or gentleman. So don't forget to text me that code. Again, pick up the phone. So as you're going through the rest of this guide, there is a lot more information. Talks about the website, setting up your Tupperware card. Don't forget to do that. Collecting no's. So this kind of goes hand in hand with what we just talked about with your 100 contact list, because you have to start to fall in love with the word no. We like to say collect your no's instead of collecting your yeses, because the more no's you get, the faster you're going to get to a yes. It's literally an odds game. It's a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more likely you're going to get a yes, back. You have to get through the no's in order to get that yes. But I promise you, if you put in the time with getting comfortable with the phone, with getting comfortable with making service calls instead of just calling somebody and saying, do you want to have a party? Offering service. How are you enjoying your product? How can I be of service to you? How do you have any things that need to be taken care of replacement wise? Are you ready to earn some free Tupperware? It's a kind of a little ballet dance, I guess, if you want to say it that way. But you have to learn to get comfortable with the no. So the other thing that it does talk a little bit about is the pre-party. Again, there's another video for the pre-party, but just know that once you've taken the time to pick up the phone and you've actually dated the party, then you want to make sure that you're following up with the party to make sure that it ends up being a successful party. So there are simple steps in order to make that happen. So we want to make sure that you're going through that. The other thing that the guide here talks about at the party, again, there's another video for that just kind of goes through a little bit more specifics. The post party in force. So basically, your checks, putting the sales in, sending thank you notes, contacting, any recruit leads, any potential parties. So entering orders, there is some guides here. Also know that, your recruiter, your director, your manager can help you walk through this, but there's nobody like calling customer care also, because they can actually log in through your site and be able to help you with that. So if you do not want to have to worry about submitting your orders, you can actually call them in also. There's a slight fee for that, but if it's easier, peace of mind, feel free. So again, this talks about the bonus check. Once you start to get into good habits again with working your business on a consistent basis and picking up that phone, it's going to start to make you money, I promise you. So if you're looking to pay yourself a bonus, this just kind of breaks through your guidelines of how much you can make, per your monthly sales. So how many of you would love a bonus check of $1,000 on top of the other 25% that you just made? Hello, that's a lot of money, right? So for those of you, who are looking to make some really big money, know that I'm here to help you. So this also talks about the manager growth program. There's an enriching program besides our Confident Start program for our new consultants. There's a program for new managers too. So this then again breaks down to begin now, what you should start working on, word choices to be able to use, and the benefits that we do have also. Tupper Talk, just information, kind of word choices and the ins and out verbology. I just make words up sometimes. But the verbology of Tupperware, so it kind of helps you get a little bit of the know of what does an active consultant mean? What's the dating and what's the dating lane and samples and rallies and, we do offer training. And we do call them different depending on what night it is. So we have our team meetings, we have our recognition release rally, we have our cooking classes, we have our leadership meeting, and we offer different other types of trainings, meetings, rallies, whatever you want to call it. Just stay tuned to the True Destiny Facebook page, because that's where we post all the events. So talks about warranties. Just know, as a consultant, it is our job to warranty products. Tupperware has the lifetime warranty. There's no cost to you. So there is a cost for shipping. That's the only thing. So make sure that you start to learn that the warranty covers chipping, peeling, warping, breaking, and cracking. And then, of course, some of the warranty items that are the key controls, there's some time limits on that. So that is your consultant guide in a nutshell, and talking about how you can start to create your customer base. So if you have any questions, again, you can contact me, your recruiter, your manager, your director, and don't forget to text that keyword. So we'll look forward to seeing you at one of our upcoming events. Thank you again.